So here's a question. I'm answering questions of my students. If you've missed some of my other videos from my students about producing or directing, because I teach both of those, sign up. It's fun. And so let's see. I'll leave out the nice things that they said. No, I won't. I'll say thank you for creating such a good course on filmmaking. I've been looking for one for the longest time. Anyway, I like that. Anyway, so in regards to making a short film, this would sound strange, but I would say it's about permits that I'm asking about. I'm not very familiar with getting permits or applying them and things like that. I guess I'm a bit nervous when it comes to doing that. Also budgeting for permits. And since I live on the border of New York and New Jersey, I think permits can go up to $300 for a day. And if I have a 30-day shoot, I'm looking at $3,000 if I want a good location. I feel like it's a lot to track, and I don't have an Excel template or anything to make notes on or anything like that. And what can I do about that? And so I have an answer for that. First of all, well, I'm curious to know what permit he's talking about, because and I wish he would have elaborated on specifically what he's looking at. Now, you have locations releases and you have permits. And permits are typically the things that you get when you are working in a public, often a governmentally run location. So you're working in Franklin Canyon in Los Angeles, then you need a permit, and you need that permit has certain specifications, like you need a fire crew there, or something that I don't know what the specifications are, but I remember we once tried to shoot in Franklin Canyon, and because there's a risk of fire, we had to make sure that there were all these specifications for and a limit of people and all that stuff. So yeah, and that got even more expensive than $300 a day. But there are places that are public in New York that are free also, like I believe subways. And I'm thinking of the movie Pi right now, where they shot at 4 a.m. In the subways, and I don't think they had to pay for that, and I think they chose 4 a.m. because there were just no people there and it was easy to do. Sidewalks, I believe in New York, don't quote me on any of these, I believe you can shoot on for free. I mean, you just have to find a sidewalk that doesn't have 1 million people on it, but you can shoot there, and I don't think you need a permit for that. Or a release, unless you're shooting something like right in front of, Freedom Tower. Then there are certain copywritten locations, and then you need a lawyer to have that conversation with about copywritten things and trademarked things. And so I'm not going to get into the details of that, but I will say that to find out more about that, you can go to the film department, the film organization for cities and for states. If he's right on the border of New York, New Jersey, I was just in Nyack, New York, and they were like, hey, shoot a movie in our town. And they're probably, like, seriously, they had it right out of town. I stopped because I'm like, what? They had it right outside of town hall, and I was like, they'll probably actually not charge anything. And they have a little bit of an urban feel. So my next thing to say is, I don't know how you came up with the number of $300 a day, but if you're doing something that needs to look like Central Park, and Nyack is like, come shoot in our movie in our town, because they want you to buy lunch in their town from their vendors and their wonderful restaurants and everything. And so, if you have a 30-day shoot and you need to feed 30 people for 30 days, and, you need to mix it up a bit, that you're going to go to all of those restaurants and have them cater once a day, and the town is going to be generating local money, which is good for them. So they're inviting you, and here you are as a producer, you get your location for free in a park that they have that probably has less traffic than New York. And I'm just saying park because it is what it is. And I think parks are actually free to shoot in New York, though they will be a much bigger hassle because you do have to worry about parking and blah, 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 blah. So who knows? And you probably just have to also credit Nyack with saying, hey, this was shot in Nyack. Thank you, Nyack. So, I'm having to make up sort of this because I don't know what kind of location he was talking about. But you go to the film, it's not the film department, I'm just blanking on the term right now. But basically every state has a film website, and they will be able to answer questions about these permits and what's allowed and what's not allowed. And in terms of specifically New York, the copywritten buildings, which I have researched in the past, and there are a lot of them, you do want to look that up because you don't want to get restricted in, if you're looking at distribution, if you're shooting a 30-day shoot for a short, that's a lot of days for a short. You should do a feature. And it, you know, like, although 3,000, I don't know. But yeah, if you're shooting 30 days, you should be shooting a feature. Seriously, like, figure it out and shoot a feature instead. Get that done, you know? So, but if you're shooting, 30 days, oh, I lost my train of thought because that's maybe, I should just end there. Shoot a feature instead. But no, it's, yeah, you do $300 a day. Also, I feel like most towns, let's say it was $300 a day. If you said I'm going to be there 30 days, I feel like they would cut a deal with you. You know, because 30 days, that's for like the one-off day, the commercial that they want to have shot there. But if you're making a movie and you're a low budget person, that's where your, you know, negotiation skills as a producer comes in. And finally, if I haven't already answered your question, this is the beauty of filmmaking. And I don't know what your budget is, you didn't mention it, but low budget filmmaking is solving problems. It's what I love as a director, is where you get on a set and you go, okay, we have to figure this thing out because this isn't going to work with this. And then you figure it out and you work with your team and your crew and you say, well, why don't we do this? And let's try it. We do it and it works. And that is such a great feeling. So in pre-production, when you're like, oh, we got this, but it's this budget and our budget's lower than that, and how are we going to work this out? And maybe they'll give us a deal. And if they don't, we have this backup thing. I mean, I relish that in the produce. I like it more when I'm on set as a director, but as a producer, I like it too. So use your creativity. Creativity is part of producing as well. It's not just all numbers and getting forms done. So there you go. And I don't know, I hope that's not a cop-out. Like, use your creativity, done. But I think I've given you a few options. And there's always options. There's always workarounds. There are always workarounds. And remember that in the midst of your creativity too. And ask your crew, you know, hey, do you have any ideas? Do you have any access to anything? So, in your cast. They might. They're all from here. Maybe they have something. So that's it for today. I hope that helps, and I will talk to you next time. If you like this video, please subscribe, and please also hit that like button. Thank you so much for watching. I love that you're watching, and I will talk to you soon.